Good evening, everyone. I think after this fast prototyping workshop, presentation, we could go into process and experimentation. A few words about me. I'm working in technology industry for 23 years. Right now I'm helping companies to manage IT. Usually I go there as a product coach or interim product manager. And I founded 2 startups. Right now one of them is in launch mode. So my experience is vast. I was an architect, I was IT director, I was CEO. Few things in my life happened. This is a real case. Imagine that you are PM that received this email. This is real email that was little bit changed by ChatGPT, but it is real email. And what could go wrong there? What do you think? We try to sell motorbikes, very costly ones. We want to create an affiliate program and support it by the system, because we should create a software for that, because no one will take care of it by hand. We try to give people 100 zlotys per referral. What could go wrong here?
Nobody needs referral.
Good point. For motorcycles, yes, it is good hypothesis.
They will put referrals from different emails and you cannot track it appropriately.
Yeah, they try to ask us about such feature. They was afraid that someone will take 100 zlotys 100 times. Yes, for sure. We spent 300,000 zlotys for this system. It had blockchain, it had cross checks, it had secure links, it had CRM connection. Do you think how many people use it?
You?
9. 7 was the hired influencers. And my boss told me, but Łukasz, we cannot spend money like that. And Google doesn't belong. I check it. I like data. So I check it, and there is a web page on the internet that is called Google Graveyard. They killed almost 300 products till this time. They mistaken a lot. And my thought was, for me it was a problem, because technically I know what to do. I know what it should be done there, but I didn't know why this PM didn't do that. I was manager of him, and we shouldn't do that. And I realized that I'm in knowledge trap. I know what validation is. I know what exploration is, but they don't know, both business and IT. What I missed, it was a process that should be easy to understand and should be easy to introduce. I took 4 things. Portfolio management. This guy is called Osterwalder. If you don't met him in the internet, he write and teach about validating business models a lot. Idea of prototyping and a lot of MVPs is his work. Lean startup, of course, and Double Diamond that helped me differentiate between exploration and validation. Because the process is simple. First, we have exploration when we understand the problem. We asking ourselves what's happening, what is needed, for whom, why. We try to create unclear hypotheses. Next, we try to validate, but everyone afraid it. So we need to have simple line. First explore, next validate. And the problem arises because when people start to validate hypotheses, it showed up that some hypothesis was wrong. Some hypotheses rise new hypotheses, and we had line to exploration again. And it is a process that works in circle, but it is as it is. It is simple. Let's see a few examples. At this company, and I joined when they started to work on analysis of the system. They tried to change legacy system. They was very large organization, 8,000 employees. On this system worked over 100 people. They had on daily basis over 100,000 customers on this system from other side, 14 locations. And I joined in this project when they analyzed 4 years. How much they spent on exploring? What do you think?
$1 million. It goes in millions, hundreds, thousands of millions, 4 years, times, I don't know, 3 or 4 people.
Only on consulting, 2 million zlotys. Only on consulting. The whole budget of this project was, at this time, 6 million zlotys. It was ridiculous. But they don't wanted to validate anything because they want to think over about the problem itself. I end up working with them when they, after 2 validations. First validation costed us 200,000 zlotys, and we learned that any supplier that has a ready system for that company doesn't work for them, so they need to do it. This is startup, and on exploration phase, we started to talk. As Outcome Skills is a startup that manage competences, because we come up with idea. We have competence models, and no one uses it in companies. So we created a workshop to create competence models, and we come up with idea. Let's do an IT system for that. And this here is opportunity solution tree for only one customer segment. Because when we started to talk with them, it showed up that we have 6 potential segments. All of them potentially wanted solution, and hundreds of ideas on OST. And the problem was that we didn't know what to expect. Finally, we created a prototype for 2,000 zlotys. It was before available, sadly. And it was made by junior front-end developer in 1 weekend. It looked horrible, but we learned that people don't want to create competence models. So we delivered a feature. Here it says add new matrix. And this feature add new matrix, below that is LLM that creates competence model in 5 minutes. Works pretty well. A lot of people wanted to use it. Finally, we end up with main features. automatic competency models, automatic task and project matching, automatic skills assessments. But I can't forget the talk with managers from one big company from Poland. It was a huge corporation that wanted to buy an application, and manager love it. It looked a little bit nicer than that, but they love it. So we talk with them. Okay, so buy it. You need to talk with our HR department. We started to talk with HR department, and HR department director said something like this. I start to show her an application. After two minutes of presentation, model didn't finish to generate. She told me, it isn't for us. Why? What my girls will do? And we, from that point, we know that we are not for the big businesses, but most likely 500 people is the most. The most that we should address right now, at least. One guy from UK come to me with an idea. Aggregate offers from the market, offers for buying a tire, and sell it to workshops in UK. Sounds interesting, so similar to Polish Oponeo. He talked with investors, he talked even with developers, they even started developing. He even bought e-commerce with tires to have front end for that. On the roadmap, he showed me 6 months of development. I tried to convince him, I don't know, 3 months to do some validation because he had a lot of features. We delivered a prototype by one developer in framework to ML application, long story. But it was delivered in 3 days, and we convinced him to one validation interview. And we spoke with this guy, and he told us after, he listened very, very carefully, I don't know, 20 minutes, something like this. And he told us, but why I should buy it? It is not important for me. We have interesting stocks. What is in the interesting stocks? The solution of interesting stocks is very simple. The wholesalers give to workshop tires, and workshop doesn't pay for them until they put these tires on the car of the customer. End of story. There is no market there. The interesting fact is that he, from this time, he changed idea a few times, and right now he's signing £3 million agreement with one investment, one VC. The third case. 2 guys created an idea of app. And they gathered money from the market. They had millions zloty for delivering such app. And they created a description of this app. Kids will buy app to do physio exercises. Feel it? You feel it? The app itself will motivate them to practice, because this is the most important case. AI movement analysis is the core value. Parents and therapists will naturally adopt the solution. Do you believe that kids will buy this app? Yeah, I had similar feeling. Yeah.
Is it even legal because you mentioned about tracking the activity of the kids? Is it even legal to record the kids by app?
It's not so easy, but it is possible. It is possible, but it isn't so easy, especially if you would like to manage this data in the cloud, because in some cases it is hard to do this. Simply, it isn't easy. This is one of the risks that we try to validate at the beginning, but. We talk with physiotherapists, parents, and kids. And it showed up that kids don't want to pay for this app, simply. And it showed up that the one thing that was interesting was that for physiotherapists, the main problem wasn't that kids don't do this exercise properly. For them, the main problem was that kids doesn't exercise at all. The second case was we had the exercises like this. It is quite easy to detect where his hand, where his, but there was a few exercises like this. Do you see something? The idea was that there are few exercises where kids needed to, for example, straight the spine, to change little bit muscle tension in back. It was very hard to create something 4 million zlotys to cover that, but in the end, when we started to validate it, our first validation was simple. We created a short movie with physiotherapists that do one exercise, connected laptop to TV, showed to kid, and try to do something like this, and create a video by phone. Simple validation. It showed up that kid, when see on the screen the physiotherapist, it is easy to follow up, but it isn't easy to convince him to exercise. The parent must be engaged in this process. This was first thing. Second thing was that we created a 2-week version. 2 ML guys created one version that compared what physiotherapists do and what kids do. It showed up that this tension exercise with the back, it's not important because it is 15% maybe of exercises at all. The most important cases was something like this, something like this, something like this. It was quite easy to detect them. And the last thing that we validated, and it wasn't even validation with the market. We simply do Google research for that. They created an idea for panel to managing the visits of customers in the physiotherapist room. It showed up that in Poland we have 30 applications for that. 5 of them are applications built by very large companies with very large budgets. So we deleted simply that, and we convinced one of the providers to integrate with us. Simply as that. A lot of features went gone. We reduced costs by 70% in 1 month. we simply deleting the scope by validation, one by one, and it showed up few additional things. As you said, the security issues, the things connected with how to manage models on the phones, for example. It was not so obvious how to do this, but we could move some features, some issues, some risks, move ahead. The sad part of the story, because the startup didn't went up. I'm very sad for that, because the founders didn't go well between each other, but they had invitation to do exercises in schools. It's true story. They had call from Polish Ministry of Sport, and they were asked, "Hey, could you give us this app for kids that are learning in homes?" But they didn't went well, and they had problems to get along. What do you think? What we could do instead in this affiliation program?
Validate?
Yeah, validate. How validate?
Go check, do research.
Test your ideas.
Test your idea. Yeah, we could do an Excel, simple Excel that could be put at there. Print few hundred vouchers. Hand them manually to the customers and check how many will go back to us. It is, we will spend on it, I don't know, 5,000 zlotys, not 300,000. The bonus one, because I have 3 bonuses and I'm landing. The first thing is what makes a good a good experiment. The first thing, you need to know what you would like to do. It need to be unambiguous. So this is one thing. Second thing, test one hypothesis at once, because many people doing it not properly. Let it observes and measures a clear effect on the customer, a clear falsification criteria. I remember my colleague that created an experiment to check that his online training for lean management will go on. He decided to go to pre-sales, as usual. It is usual case in online trainings, especially in video trainings. They create 1-2 lessons at first. When a lot of people will convert, they create more lessons. He didn't write this falsification criteria, so he created whole training after 5 people signed in. He was very sad to do this, and right now he know that it is needed to be written, because we don't want to be we don't want to mistake. We don't want to get this step back in the process. Remember, it manipulates only one variable, and it ends up with decision. Bonus 2. I call it show me the results process. It is a simple portfolio management process that you could see in any company. This is upstream, this is downstream. And what we changed here, we added these small processes on each step. So we expect people on each stage explore and validate. explore, and validate. And on each stage, it is called show me the results because it is posted here, show me the results. As lower it is, the budget is bigger. Simple as that. And the last one, I told you that I was in knowledge trap. I know what validation was, but everyone in the company didn't know about it. So I introduced obligatory onboarding training. And right now, when I'm advising any company, I advise them firstly, do onboarding trainings with Discovery, Agile, Project, Scrum, whatever you do. In every OKR session, do the training for the people. People don't have time to train. Simple 2-hour training. Simple as that. You could learn one thing and try to convert it to actions in the company. Naming, counting, and evaluating the quality of experiments, share it in the company. Track lead time and cycle times. In one company that I started from lead times at average, it was around 3 years. We end up with 3 months. It was quite long journey, but it worked. Calibrated estimates of training. It is from Hubbard. I don't know what do you know Hubbard? Hubbard is about evaluating risks and uncertainty. It is used in Monte Carlo method. You could evaluate which projects, which initiatives on your portfolio requires experimentation. And share examples. Show people what is happening when you are wrong. It is important to show them how it costs. Thank you.
Thank you. It's time for questions.
What is your perspective how to handle the validation in the design or development process when we need to, for example, conduct some studies, but we know that we want to have them in week 7, for example, but we expect that we will hire for some respondents for testings, but we are not sure that we will hire proper people in time without the professional agency. Or you just think that in that case we need to invest in professional agency to find the proper people just in time, or we will have delay because of the recruitment? Do you have any best practice?
I think the best practice is to prepare in the process. If you have problem with finding the right people, hire the agency. But usually I advise or I try to convince people to prepare groups before. So we have some, because if I understand correctly, you are talking about people that you would like to use to validate your hypothesis. Customers simply. So you could prepare these groups before. In some cases, when it is B2B, it is simple because usually validation is made by this most common known customers. That's these companies that are friendly. If in B2C, prepare these groups before. I think that what Michał showed, I think that in some cases you could ask ChatGPT or Claude about it, and he should prepare something for you. I don't know, 2-3 weeks ago I spoke with guys that have app let's call new Facebook, and they of course they created app without validation any. They ask only moms, friends, and so on, and everyone is loved of this application. Of course, it's as usual. And we talk about how to find first people to try to validate this app. And we, after, I don't know, 2 hours discussion, we come up with idea to address small segment of people that are hiking in groups, because this app is Facebook for groups, let's call it. So, and put this app into this small amount of people and validate simply. Go there, try to show them up, check what they think about it. Simply as that. So prepare is the best answer, I think. I don't know. I answered your question.
Yes and no. I was thinking about the real examples, because it's common in the field of validation that you have some prototypes, some mockups, but you have the script, you have the hypothesis, everything, and then you have this final discussion at Friday at around 4 p.m. and stakeholders said, no, we need to change everything, and you have a setup of the respondents for Monday 8 a.m. and then
now I understand. To be honest, I'm not asking about permission. I'm asking for forgiveness in such a situation. So to be honest, I'm showing customers everything as fast as I can. As you saw, this outcome skills first app, it was horrible. It was the most quality answers was the application looks horrible. So what? If you don't, as the LinkedIn owner said, if you don't, how it was about if you
embarrassed by your
yeah.
product.
Oh, I look this.
I got a question about how would you help product managers convince higher management, right, that this validation is actually the right approach? Because I think most product managers understand the theory, right? Oh, you should do it, but then they, go to management. They say, we don't need to do that because we know, something like that, right? How would you help product managers specifically, right, convince people?
I think that look on the past. In every company, there are that cases. So are cases that costed 100,000 zlotys, million zlotys that wasn't validated properly, and we could save this money. So this is the first step. Look on the history and show them the examples from real cases from this company, because it would be more viable for them, the most viable for them. Next, if it doesn't work, show them examples from the market. You can use it, these examples that I showed today, to convince them. For my boss, worked this Google example. The similar web page is for Facebook, the similar Facebook web page is for Microsoft, and there is 100 of products that didn't work on the market, and companies spent millions zlotys. The most horrible non-validation case that I know, and I saw it and I touched it because owner of this company tried to engage me in this project. I know guy that spent 26 million zlotys on startup that had 9 customers. And it was very sad because he very strongly believed that this idea is great, and he spent a lot of money. And when the money, and the funny fact it was his own money. It wasn't VC money, investors' money. It was his own money. And when the money started to ending, he tried to validate something, but it was so huge solution addressing so many things that market doesn't work. That the company collapsed in few months. Sadly.
Łukasz, Plucky Rebels. What is Plucky Rebels?
Plucky Rebels is a consulting company that enters as interim product managers. Sometimes we do a lot of product coaching and support companies in developing the product.
All right, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, Łukasz Filut.
Thank you very much.